All right. So before we get into, I do want to get into bold predictions for the season because we got that coming up. Before we get into that, I want a score from you guys. I want you guys to give me a score prediction. What are the what are the Dolphins? Are the Dolphins going to win? Are they going to lose? What's the score to this game going to be? Steve,
17-28.
win or
Win.
lose?
Win. We get the win. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought that was known. My bad. No, my bad. Yeah.
Well, you said 17 first, and I was like,
Right.
oh my god.
Well, visitors score first. Then
Understood.
my bad. Yep,
All right, so 28-17 Dolphins. I love it. I love it. Anthony.
Yeah, I'm not a betting man, but I do like to look at the Vegas odds. They have this over-under at 49.5, so I played the part. I'm going Miami 38, Jacksonville 28.
I like it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this is going to be. I like that. I'll get into my prediction after Josh. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I think it's let's sweep it. It's a win, 31-23, Miami.
I agree. I think the Dolphins win this one. I think it's going to be a lot of offense in this game. I'm going 40-34 Dolphins.
Ooh, that is a lot of. I would.
There's
love
going to
that.
be a lot of offense. I don't
love that.
think the Dolphins defense is up to snuff yet, and I don't think the Jacksonville Jaguars defense can keep up with the track team that is the Miami Dolphins offense.
So what I'm hearing is Denver last year, right? That's what we're expecting.
Man,
9-10.
70 points. Well, that's just too much to hope for. But I do think this is going to be a really high scoring game.
Steve, I think it's funny that you were the least confident in our defense, but you gave our defense the best score.
No, I don't. No, but listen. So I have a theory on why it's not going to be that high of a scoring game. I truly believe that So I wasn't impressed with the preseason by any stretch of the imagination. Granted, it's not our starters, but given play calling and execution, I didn't see us starting fast anywhere, and I don't see us really changing that momentum. I kind of, for some reason, I feel it. We started off fast 2 years in a row, and I just, maybe not 2 years in a row, but we started off on a good foot for 2 years in a row. And you
have us winning. What are you talking about?
But at the end of the show, you're gonna hear it. I have a little backpedal with this team. I have a backpedal. I mean, the defense isn't allowing as much points. I think we're gonna have the ball, and I think we're gonna run the clock out a little bit. I think you're going to see a lot more of our running backs than you are Tua throwing the ball. I think we're going to save Tua's arm for late in the season. I think we're going to really put Mostert down to the ground. I think we're going to let him have his opportunity. We have a lot of running backs. We have room to let them get, not that we want anybody to get hurt, but we have room to use our running backs a lot. And I think we're going to kill the time today. We might be the first game, 1:00 game done. I really believe that.
I'll take that bet.
Yeah, we very well might. I mean, if we keep getting first downs, and if Jacksonville can move the ball, which I don't know if they're going to be able to do since Doug Peterson is not calling plays anymore. Trevor Lawrence arguably has his best season with Doug Peterson fully calling the plays, and as his seasons have progressed, he's gotten worse, and Doug Peterson has had less and less power. I don't see Jacksonville's offense really producing anything that's going to make our defense be on our toes too hard, but I also don't see our offense making those big throws because we're going to be in the lead most of the game. I see us just running this game out, letting our running backs have it and see what our offensive line's going to do. We got new toys up there. Why don't we?
I got a question for you guys. And Steve, it's based on what you just said. All right. So I'll start with you, Steve. And sorry, Keith, for stealing this real quick.
No, go for it. Go for it.
Steve, so over under plays over 20 yards. 5
under
total or for both teams.
This game.
For Miami or total.
For Miami, the entire game, play or 15. Let's call it 15. 15 yards plus, whether it's 15-yard run, 15-yard airtime pass, over under 5. Because it sounds like you think of way under. Because you think
if you gave me 5.5, I would say under, but I think 5's right about there.
Yeah,
I think it's maybe 1 a quarter. You might have a quarter with 2 big plays in it. But I think you'll get 1 big play a quarter. I think we're going to chew the clock. I think we score right away. I think our defense holds firm in the first quarter. Jacksonville starts throwing the ball, getting risky as the game goes on, maybe scores a couple touchdowns, gets a field goal. And I think ultimately Miami just runs the ball into the end zone 2-3 times.
I have us losing at halftime and then blowing up in the second half. What about you, Anthony? Over under 5?
Easy over. Yeah, 36-34 against the Chargers last year. Let's go. We're doing it again.
I love it. Keith, over under.
Anthony, Josh, I have the Dolphins winning 40-34.
You know what? All right. Next question.
I think next Sunday is going to be interesting.
I think this is going to be an explosive game. We saw the Dolphins play the Chargers last year, and we all had Ajita going into that game. We were all apprehensive about going in, and that was a real back and forth, offensive slugfest. I was out of breath when that game was over. I kind of expect more of the same here. I think, when this game's over, I'm just going to collapse on my couch and just just look up at the ceiling and just catch my breath a little bit,
Got a confession about that game last year. I didn't have any feelings about it because September 10th, 2023 was the day I got married. So I didn't even get to watch it.
So what you're saying is you have to get married again, right?
Right, exactly.
Renew your vows.
Exactly, yeah. So we need to redo it.